Comedy Hype's John Abba wants all the smoke with Corey Holcomb after the creator of the platform responded to Corey reacting to their coverage of his most recent stand-up shows on the We Them Ones tour. If you haven't seen, there has been a string of videos going viral on TikTok of people walking out of Corey's set, filing out in groups, and it has spilled over into blogs and news outlets like Comedy Hype, who have reported on the situation. John Abba claimed that Corey went to the YouTube feds to get the video taken down but was unsuccessful due to their fair use rules of YouTube, and then went in on Corey claiming he just liked them white folks who called them people on you for no reason other than to see you fail. Of course, Corey threw the rainbow allegations toward the Comedy Hype CEO, labeling the platform homosexual hype, and wanted John to confess that he has been penetrated by another man. I mean, he desperately wants to know. And in my opinion, I don't know any straight men out there who are this concerned with what gay people do in their bedroom other than Corey Holcomb, and it's starting to look a little odd. But with the start of Comedy Hype's brand new behind the scenes series, they took the opportunity to dedicate their first episode to Corey responding to his 5150 rant from last Tuesday. Here's a little bit of what John Abba had to say in response to Corey right here.
And that's real slander, that's real defamation, you know, what he's doing. And I don't have it in my energy to be like, let me go get some lawyers and all that. That's not how I get down personally. I understand the game of entertainment. I understand he's saying stuff to get his fans excited, and that's just part of the game. And it's unfortunate because it's like, he's gonna have to state, that's his career. This is his career, he's gonna have to do this. He can't do nothing past what he's doing now. If anything, I'm the little guy coming up with no name and building a network. I want other young men to be able to see what I've done with this platform and not feel like, because there's a whole taboo thing, they feel like, oh, you gotta be gay to make it. The worst thing you can kind of sometimes tell a man is to go at their sexual orientation, right? Or to kind of question it. That's one of the easiest things. Let's go back to playground days, high school days, elementary days. We would say, oh, that nigga gay. That's what you do to chop someone down. So I knew he was gonna probably take it there. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, he take it there. I've already dealt with that. The first time he did it would probably be the most that I felt. There was more emotion the first time. And that's because I wasn't prepared for somebody to get on a platform and say those things about me. But not only that, I wasn't as visible back then. I used to be really behind the scenes. So it's like you seeing someone yelling to the world these things about you, and you don't have no soapbox to kind of defend yourself because, again, I wasn't visible out there. So I allowed it to play out. And I think that kind of hurt us a little bit, to be honest, because people's perception becomes a reality. And when it comes to that particular topic, it can sometimes feel a little taboo in our community still. It's putting a label on me that is not true, and then ultimately it can affect my relationship with my current supporter. Some percentage might say, nah, I know John, that's not how you get down. Another percentage never met me, be like, I could see a little bit on him. Another percentage be like, nah, that's just Corey being Corey. So you're gonna have that dynamic. The issue that I have with what Corey did was that he tried to make it feel like I'm living a lie or that I'm not being truthful and that I was a closeted gay man. My brand as a person is integrity and being thorough. If I was a gay man, I would own that shit and not give a fuck, to be blunt with you. Because I don't have to live that way of fear. I don't live in fear. So that's the thing about why I was more offended. Even if I got down like that, why would I feel like I need to hide it from you?
Now, last night on the 5150 show, Corey made sure to double down on his desire of knowing if the Comedy Hype creator gets his dookie shoe pushed in, and says that if you are a man and you take back shots from another man, you can't report on the news because you will only be coming from a place of emotions and not logic. Listen to what Corey had to say about Comedy Hype's John Abba right here.
If Corey isn't great one day, how many shows have I done in the last 5 years? Yeah, I think.
So it's 52 weeks in a year. You've done at least 300 plus.
And you never.
I do comedy clubs.
Yeah.
And we do 3 shows a night sometimes. Wow. So let me just say this. In the last 5 years, I've done 1,000 shows.
Easy.
Easy, 1,000 shows. Now, let me tell y'all something. If I do out of 1,000 shows, 1 that don't go great, you have to understand, the people who have issues with me, thanks, brother. The people who have issues with me are going to promote out of 1,000 shows, the 1 that might not go great. Hey, maybe Corey ain't funny, whatever it is. But this is the problem I have with the internet. A lot of people do not want you to know who they really are. I'm talking about the people who lie and say they are news reporters. They don't want you to know who they are.
Oh, you mean the ones that just have their voice on it and they never show
there's some they don't show their voice, but after a while they get bold. I mean, you only hear their voice. Right. After a while they get bold enough to show their face because they want the shine. They want the clout. But when you ask them a simple question that shouldn't be hard to answer, they talk around the question. There was a question I posed to someone named Homosexual Hype. That's who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Homosexual Hype. That's who I'm talking about. Now, if you answer to Homosexual Hype, that's already a strike against you. But Homosexual Hype has not answered the question that we at 5150 Show pose, because this is what I want to ask y'all, Darlene and Craig. If a man has been penetrated by another man or has penetrated another man or any throat activity with another man, listen.
Any physical.
Can that man give an accurate news broadcast? Or will it be an emotional nightmare? I'm asking your opinion. Can a person like man who has man-on-man relations, can they give an accurate newscast, or will it be full of emotion?
If he's a true professional, I don't see why he couldn't.
Mm-hmm. Right, so your opinion is a man can get hit raw and still give accurate news to the people.
Sure, I don't see why not.
That's interesting.
That's an interesting question. See, I don't think you can.
I
think if you have been hit raw by a man, or if you've hit a man raw, your emotions lead you. And then you might have an issue with somebody and you'll be like, what's your issue with that person? You're not going to have the courage to tell.
Right.
You're not going to have the courage to tell because you're led off emotion. There's no logic in you. You perpetrate logic. You perpetrate logic. You perpetrate logic. But the truth is, when you have been penetrated by a man or have penetrated a man and you're a man, you cannot lead without your emotions involved, because there's something you're ashamed of. Now, men who not ashamed of how they get down, they might have a better chance of saying who they are and what they do. But when you don't have the courage to say who you are and what you do, you cannot be honest with the people, especially if you claim to be giving news. That's why a Don Lemon and guys like that dominate CNN, because this is a business. They don't care about being right. They don't care about not leading with emotion. Right. They want those guys out there. That's why they put them out there. But I'm trying to tell you, you can dance around the question all you want to. You were bold enough to step out and perpetrate a man. I know that you're not a man. You have an issue with me because of an emotion that you're embarrassed about. I don't know you. I don't even really know your name. I have heard names, but I don't know you. The name you answer to, it's a few of them. Answer to this name. Homosexual Hype. Stop dancing around the question and let the world know who you are. As soon as you let the world know who you are, we can understand your issue with a man like Corey Holcomb. Because there's a lot of you who have an issue with me, and I've done nothing but pulled you out of your shell, whether you know it or not. Because you've already answered the question when you answered to homosexual hype. Oh, I'll answer to homosexual hype, but I won't answer that other question. No. You answered to homosexual hype. Something wrong with you. You need therapy, homeboy. You ashamed of yourself. You yearn. Back shots. Your yearning of back shots takes away from you being able to be honest as you report things that happen.
So what y'all think, man? Is Corey justified in how he's feeling towards comedy hyped John Abba? Or is he taking this too far? Let me know in the comments section below. Leave a like and subscribe to the GMS show. I'll see y'all later.